Hi everybody, today's focus is my third stain video. I'm going to be testing various laundry detergents to see how well they remove stains from a white t-shirt. So it's been a while since I've conducted a stain test. The first stain video I made was December of 2023, and in that video I tested various laundry detergents to see how well they can remove stains. My second stain video came later, about January of 2024, where I tested actual stain removers. This video I'm going to concentrate on laundry detergents again. I'm going to test the following laundry detergents. Tide Plus Ultra Oxy, and I can already smell this one through the container. This is going to be very heavily perfumed, I can tell. 7th generation. Arm & Hammer Plus OxyClean. Method laundry detergent. And Mrs. Meyers Clean Day. I'm kind of rooting for this one because I really like the scent of it. In order to test how well these laundry detergents remove stains, I create a dirty t-shirt and I stain them with coffee, turmeric, ketchup, grease, grass, and dirt. Then I'll put the t-shirt in my wash machine. I'm going to wash it on the normal cycle with cold water. Then add the appropriate amount of detergent and we'll just see how well they can remove these stains. I'm well aware that there are different water temperatures that work better for different stains. I'm just going to use cold water across the board to make each test the same. I'm also not pre-treating any of these stains. Now honestly, if you had this grease stain on your shirt, you wouldn't just throw it in the wash machine. I'm sure you would pre-treat it with something. I know I would. I would probably take some palm olive, some dish soap, and try to scrub it out first before putting it in the wash machine. But that is not how I'm testing today. I'm not giving anything a pre-treat. I'm just going to put them in as is and just see how well the plain laundry detergents can work. I'm not going to dry the shirts because I don't want to set any of the stains in because I might do some other tests afterwards. We'll see. I'll also have a control t-shirt, and that t-shirt I'm going to put in the wash machine and only use water. So let's see how well these laundry detergents remove stains from dirty t-shirts. Now for some results. Let's start with the t-shirt that I stained and then washed with only water, no laundry detergent. So you can see there's still a coffee stain, although it did get a bit of it out. There's still a turmeric stain. The ketchup is still there, the grease is still there, and the grass and dirt's still there, which is to be expected. It was just washed with cool water. I do want to point something out. This shirt looks really dingy compared to every single one I washed. And I think it's going to be really hard to see on film. I tried taking a picture. It was kind of hard to tell. I'll try to hold it up. Actually, you might be able to see. This shirt, okay, so let's see. This is the water. This is the water. This is the detergent one. I don't know if you can tell or not, but the water one looks so much more dingy and just, I think you can tell, discolored than the one that was washed with a detergent. Now, all the ones that were washed with detergent came out this nice bright white, and this is the only one that really came out kind of dingy and kind of beige looking all around. So I'll be using this water control to compare the other detergents. Let's look at the shirt that was washed in the Tide Plus Ultra Oxy. Now, for those wondering, this does have a very strong fragranced scent. I don't even know what it is. I don't think they say what the scent is, do they? Usually they say it's spring fresh or something like that. I don't even see a scent listed here. It is heavily perfumed, but it's not as heavy as that Persil I tried the first time I did this test. That was stronger than any other detergent I've ever tried. But this definitely does have a strong scent, and it is not labeled as anything. It's not no ocean breeze or spring meadow or anything like that. I don't know what the scent is. All right, let's have a look at it. So the Tide removed the coffee stain completely. I can't see a coffee stain at all anywhere on here. It did decrease the turmeric, but it did not remove it all the way. It did remove the ketchup stain completely. That looks great. It did decrease the grease stain quite a bit. It didn't remove it completely, but it did decrease it quite a bit. And for the grass and dirt, it seemed to remove most of the grass, but there's still quite a bit of dirt there. Looking at the before and after, you can see how well that Tide Plus Ultra worked. I mean, it really did a good job. Let's look at it compared to the shirt that was just washed with water. We can see again that the Tide removed a lot more than the just water alone. Again, there's still a lot of stains left over, but remember, this was a very difficult test. These are some pretty tough stains, and I wasn't using any stain remover or anything to pre-treat them, and I wasn't using specific water temperatures for specific stains. I was just giving it a cold water wash to see what would happen. And it did do much better than just water alone. Let's have a look at the Arm & Hammer with Oxy. Now, let's see, these smell also. Yeah, there is definitely a scent in these two. I don't think it's set, oh, it does, no. This is Fresh Burst. Fresh Burst scent. It definitely smells. It's not as strong as the Tide Pods, but there is definitely a Fresh Burst scent. I don't even know what Fresh Burst is, so we're just gonna say a perfumey fragrant scent. Okay. All right, so I've got the shirt here. So it might be tricky to see in the photo, but the coffee stain is still there. You can still see the coffee, and you can actually see it also on the back. I can see an outline of the coffee as well as the front. It might be hard to see in the photo, but it is still there. The coffee line is still there. It did decrease it a lot, but the coffee stain is still there. The turmeric was washed away a bit, but the stain is still there. The ketchup, the stain is still there. You can still see that ketchup stain. The grease was removed quite a bit. Still there, but it did remove quite a bit of it. And the grass and dirt, well, there is both grassy and dirt still there, but it did decrease it. Let's look at the comparison of the before and the after. We can definitely see a lot of the stains were removed, but there's still quite a bit left over. Let's look at the Arm & Hammer compared to being washed with just water. And I would say it's similar for the turmeric and the grass and the ketchup. It kind of surprises me here. I would have thought it would have removed more of the coffee and the ketchup. It did okay. It surprised me. I thought it would have done better. Between these first two, the Tide did a better job. Next, let's have a look at the 7th generation. This detergent is unscented. There is no scent at all. So here's the shirt here, and I'll put up a picture of it there for you. It removed almost all of the coffee stain. I have to look really closely to be able to see any of the coffee stain. It did not quite as good as the Tide, but it did better than the Arm & Hammer when it comes to the coffee stain. The turmeric is similar as the other two, where it's able to remove some but not all. The ketchup stain is there just a little bit. There is still a light remnants of ketchup. The grease stain, it did decrease it, actually better than I thought it would. And for the grass and dirt, it did a good job removing the grass, but there is still some dirt. Let's have a look at the stain strip before and after so you can see a direct comparison. So I think it's pretty impressive actually with what it did. I would say the turmeric and the grease stain are probably the two that it struggled with the most, but did very good with the coffee and the grass and removed most of that ketchup stain. Let's have a look at the 7th generation compared to the shirt that was washed with just water. You can definitely see the difference in the coffee and the turmeric and the ketchup, and the grease is close, but it does look like the 7th generation did remove more, and you can definitely see that it removed more of the grass, but there is still some dirt left over. So it did pretty good. I think I would rank these Tide, 7th generation, Arm & Hammer. All right, let's look at the next one. Next, let's have a look at Mrs. Meyers laundry detergent. The scent of this particular product is lemon verbena. I actually like this scent a lot. I have the Mrs. Meyers cleaner, which I've done bacteria tests on, and I also got it in lemon verbena scent, and I actually really like that scent. Now I will say, this scent lingers. After I finished washing all the shirts and everything, I did a load of my own laundry using the Mrs. Meyers because I do like the scent of it. And I did notice that the scent does linger quite a bit, which is kind of nice. I think I might use it more for just towels and things like that instead of clothing, just because I like to have no scents on me for clothing and stuff, but that's just me. If you like light scents and you happen to like lemon verbena, this is actually a nice laundry detergent to use. Now let's see how well it did with the stains. All right, here is my Mrs. Meyers shirt. Let's take a look here. Did a pretty good job of removing just about all of that coffee stain. That's impressive. That's probably just as good as the Tide did. The turmeric, same thing. It was able to decrease the turmeric. The ketchup, I can see it a little bit, not too much, but you can see a light shadowing, I guess, of the ketchup. The grease stain looks really good. It did remove quite a bit of grease. And for dirt and grass, it did remove quite a bit. A lot of the grass is gone and some of the dirt also. There's still a lot left though. Let's have a look at the before and after for the Mrs. Meyers. So you can see that great decrease that it had in a lot of these stains. The one that impresses me the most actually with the Mrs. Meyers is the grease stain. That's pretty impressive. Alright, so I don't know how I'm going to rank this one. Is this better than 7th generation? I have to think of how I'm going to rank this one. Comparing Mrs. Meyers with the shirt that was washed with water, again, we can see quite a difference between the coffee stain, the ketchup stain, the grease stain, and the dirt and grass. Some of them I would put this as the same level as the 7th generation because they each had stains that worked better than others. So I still think that Tide Pods are the best so far. I forget how I ranked it before. I should have written it down. I still think the Tide has done the best overall, but I think Mrs. Meyers and 7th generation are probably tied for second, and put Arm & Hammer third right now. Now let's have a look at the Method laundry detergent. Now this scent was beach sage, and I don't remember what it smells like, so I'm gonna smell it now again. Yeah, I don't know what beach smells like, so, well, I know what beach smells like actually. I live right near the beach. This doesn't smell like beach. It's definitely kind of a floral scent. I guess it's more sage than beach. It's not strong. I don't remember it lingering, and I don't remember being overpowering at all. So scent-wise, it didn't seem to bother me at all. Let's look at how well it removed the stains. So I've got my shirt here. Let's have a look. So for the coffee stain, it removed quite a bit. I can still see a light outline of where the coffee was. The turmeric, again, was decreased quite a bit, just like all the others. The ketchup, I can see, again, just a small amount of ketchup, but it does look pretty good. The grease was decreased quite a bit. In the dirt and grass, and this is kind of the opposite, this cleaner, the Method was able to remove the dirt, but not the grass. Now we've seen, I think, 3 or 4 so far that removed the grass, but not the dirt. And this Method one removed the dirt, but not the grass. So that's interesting. Let's have a look at the before and after. So again, we're seeing quite a decrease in these stains. I think the standout one in this is going to be the grass and dirt, because it's the first one that was able to really remove a lot of the dirt. Now let's have a look at it compared to the shirt that was washed with just water. We can definitely see a difference. more of the coffee is removed, more of the turmeric is removed, more of the ketchup is removed, more of the grease, and also that grass and dirt stain. So overall, I think these laundry detergents did a good job at removing some of these very difficult stains. However, there isn't one that really stands out as being like, whoa, it was able to remove absolutely everything and did a fantastic job and looks like a plain white t-shirt all over again. That didn't happen. These stains were very, very tough. When it comes to removing the coffee stain, I had to give it to the Tide and the 7th generation. They both were able to remove the coffee stains completely. The other laundry detergents did leave some staining behind. For the turmeric, that's kind of tough. The Tide came closest to decreasing that stain, but none of them really stood out as being able to remove that stain completely. Now for the ketchup stain, the Tide did the best at removing that, and really I couldn't find the spot where the ketchup was, so that was great. And also the Method and Mrs. Meyers really decreased that ketchup stain really well. I could barely see where it was on the shirt, but the other detergents didn't do that great of a job. I could still see the ketchup. So for the grease stain, the Tide did the absolute best, followed by Mrs. Meyers and Arm & Hammer. They were all able to decrease the grease stain. None of them were able to remove it completely. For the grass and dirt stain, the Tide was able to remove the grass but not the dirt, but it removed all the grass. But Method was able to remove all the dirt and not the grass. So that's a toss-up as to which one was better. Not one was able to remove both stains completely. So overall, the Tide plus Ultra Oxy did the best job at decreasing these stains. Removed some to the point of not being able to know they were there. That was the coffee and the ketchup. Turmeric was decreased, grease was decreased, and grass and dirt was decreased. I don't think there's a laundry detergent that failed this test. They all were able to decrease quite a bit of these stains. These were very difficult stains. Remember, there was no pre-treatment. There was no specific water temperatures for them. So I do think they all did very well. So if you use any of these laundry detergents, I think you can feel comfortable that they are able to clean your clothing. I should point out also that none of them were able to remove the Sharpie lines that I drew on the shirts. It's something just to note. I didn't expect any of them to be able to remove Sharpie from a shirt, but it is something just to note. I enjoyed testing these laundry detergents. It's always fun for me to test different products. And I'm actually going to do another laundry stain test probably in a few months. I'm putting together using more laundry sheets and more natural products for laundry detergents like Charlie's soap and South Suds, things like that. If there is a product that you would like me to test, do me a favor, put it in the comments section and I will add it to my viewer suggestion list. Or you can mail me something. My mailbox address is in the description below. Just do me a favor and send me an email first. That's also in the description below. So we can have a conversation about the product that you want to send me so I can decide if it's something that I want to test or perhaps it's something that I already have in queue or am waiting to be tested. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. Have yourselves a great day.